Hello, my name is Manuel Norte, and I am doing this video for my individual project for ethical hacking, password hashing. So basically, what I'll be doing is I'll be going over how to create a script in order to do password hashing on uh, systems, operating systems such as Windows XP and lower, um, and kind of give a blueprint of how you would do it for other systems that are a little bit more advanced. So what I'll be doing is I'll be using this USB here. I'll create a script which I'm going to review with you guys line by line what the script means and what its operation should do. And then I'm going to demonstrate in a quick video towards the end of how this works. So I'll do this right now, and what I'll do is first I'll open up my VirtualBox to use Kali Linux on there, basically to show the script itself, and then afterwards I'll transition to a video that's done on the Kali Linux on the actual machine that I'm attacking. All right, so let's transition to the next video. So if you're wondering why I am deciding to go on VirtualBox first is for two reasons. One, because it records pretty good on VirtualBox, the video that is, and for two, the computer that I'm going to attack actually doesn't have any audio system in order for me to record my voice. So I'm going to do this first, and then I'm going to make a recording for the other. So jumping into it, what's more important is here, as you can see, I have Kali open up, and what I'm going to do first is I'm going to open up a terminal here. And I'm going to just go over the script as I mentioned earlier with you guys, so you guys have an idea of like what to write exactly in the script itself. So I put the script here on the desktop, and I call it PW cracking. It's for password cracking. So first I'm going to go to the desktop, and then I'm going to go to Nano password cracking. Okay, so here we have the script, and I'm going to just highlight some things that are important here when you're writing your script for yourself, and I also need to show you guys how to get the script to automatically load as soon as Kali boots up itself. So first, just going over the script itself. Here we have our very first line. bin/bash, and this is the shell that we basically need in order to get our script to work properly. So just make sure that you put this here, the pound sign, and then exclamation point, backslash, bin slash bash, and then we'll go from there. So here in my script, I've decided to put the time that I start my actual password cracking. So it puts the time and date here, and I put that into this file called stage status or stage stat .txt, basically to kind of keep me informed of what process were happening during the extraction itself, so that I could go back to see if there were any problems or issues that need to be addressed as far as the script is concerned. So the first thing that we want to do here, or the second thing that we want to do here, is get into our stages. So the first stage that we have here is we want to create a file to store our hashes. So here you notice I have GNOME terminal-E. Basically what that does is it opens up a terminal for us. As soon as the script runs, it opens up a new terminal, and then it enters in all of these commands here that are listed below. You'll notice that I separated them and try to comment them in a way that's going to make it easier for the user to understand. But basically you can add semicolons here for each line, as a new command to perform. Or if you choose, you can use the ampersand sign or double ampersand sign as well, in order to perform this. That would just allow the terminal itself to run these commands in the background. But here I'm going to show you actually how the script works itself. So I don't want to run it currently in the background. So what we do is we open up the terminal, and then we go to a folder that we want to store our hashes, and then we create a file to store our hashes, and then we get out of there. And then the second thing that we want to do is we want to save our hashes, and how we do that is first we need to mount our disk. Now here I mentioned here, assuming that your operating system is working on the device SDA, that's how the script is written. So if you know that the device that you want to attack, and of course this is for educational purposes, so hopefully you're attacking your own machines, but if you know that the device that you want to attack is its operating system is stored on the very first drive, and on the first partition on that drive, you can do this. Or if you know any other information about your operating system that you're working on, you could adjust it accordingly. So here I create a directory that I'm going to use in order to mount my disk onto on this directory. And then I actually mounted this here, device SDA1 on here. And you can find this information by just simply, if you have the opportunity, you type in fdisk-l, and you can get which devices are on the machine that you're working on, and what partition, which each partition has, like what type or what system it's running. So here I have that, and then next thing I want to do is I want to go into the directory where my SAM file is, and the SAM file is basically a file that's going to store all of my passwords. So here I changed the directory after I mounted the disk all the way to the config folder for the Windows operating system. Now this works for Windows Vista and down. You'll notice that for Windows 7 and up, the directory is slightly changed a little bit by the casing of the word Windows and System 32. So you will adjust it accordingly. And remember, this here is going to work primarily for older operating systems such as Windows XP, as I will show you a little bit later. You may have to modify the script a little bit if you're trying to hack into a newer operating system, because security has improved for those operating systems. But moving along here, the next thing that we do is we want to create a boot key in order to save our files. So I use this function bkhive system, and then I create the boot key in this file called system key.txt. So that's where our hashes are going to be stored. So here I just list what changes were made to the directory, so we should be able to see the system key there when we do it, and we update that file that I mentioned earlier, the stage status file. But after that, what's more important, because this line here is optional, what's more important is we have the SAM dump. And the SAM dump, basically what it does is dump the hashes into the file that I created, the system key file, for us, and we'll be able to see all of those dumps in there. And what we want to do after that is, because that system key.txt is actually still located in the config file, we want to transfer those hashes to somewhere else so that we can use them. And we'll store them in the file that we created earlier in step 1, the the PWC hashes. So we'll transfer that over, and then we'll remove the system key file. We'll do this just so that we don't have any fingerprinting or footprints that are left behind for any admins to see that we were messing around or working with the system itself. And then next thing that we want to do after we do that is we want to use some cracking or password cracking software. In my case, I'm going to be using John the Ripper. So you'll see here that we have John. Now, depending on time constraints, you may want to comment this portion out if you want to do the hashing later, because this information would already be stored on your USB. So if you want to take these hashes and crack them on another environment later, you can. But for our sake, I'm going to show you how we can do this on any computer by just allowing this to still run up. So here we'll have John do the hashes for us, and I'll show you guys a little bit later how that's done. And then we have this execute shell command, basically to allow our terminal to execute all of this here, and then we have the date that is finished. So I want to kind of move on now a little bit to how we actually get this to be automated. Now it's relatively simple actually. So what we want to do is we want to go to this file called rc.local, and if I believe I have it correct, we should go to nano /etc /rc.local. Yep. And what we'll have here is we have this this file here, which will basically enable us to execute our script on startup time. So all you need to do is before this exit O or exit 0, just put the location of where you're going to put your actual script. In my case, obviously I left it on the desktop, so I'm going to keep this here as my root desktop, and then the script itself that is going to run. So that's all there is to it, honestly, in order to set up your USB. So now I'm going to transition again into the actual computer that I'm going to be taking the hashes from, in order to show you guys how this works. All right, so finally we have the last portion of this video, where I'm going to show you guys how to get or how this script works itself. So here I'm going to take my terminal and I'm going to go to the script itself. Again, this is automated from the way that I showed you guys earlier, but I'm going to do this manually just so that you guys have an idea of how the script works. So after entering to the desktop, I'm going to open up my script by this. Okay, so here, as you can see, I have my my boot key, and then what was done exactly during this process. As you can see, the terminal opened up here, and this is what's performing the attack here. Now this will be running in the background if you have the ampersands that I was mentioning a little bit earlier here. So if we move this aside a little bit, what we can see is oh, by the way, in order to enable the script as well, you need to type a command that I forgot to mention earlier. It's called chmod, and then you use a space u plus x and then the name of your hash to allow it to be able to open, similar to how I did here. So I just quit out of the hashing itself, because I want to condense this video so that you guys have an idea of like what's going on itself. So as you can see here, I'm going to go into my documents here so that we can see what's actually stored in these files. So first we're going to look into the hashes, which I call PWC underscore hashes. So as you can see here, I have all the hashes that were located on the computer that I am performing my attack on. You can see some of the different usernames: admin, support, Emmanuel, Go, Bella, etc. So now I'm showing you guys here the stage status. So this is what I had earlier in my script, what I wanted to send to it. You see that I have one password remaining, only because I performed this a little bit earlier and I forgot to wipe out John, so that you guys can see this. But it probably worked for the better, because you know, I do want to condense this video. You guys can run it yourself, and you should see that this works. So here you can see, or you saw some of the hashes that that I had and the passwords that were associated with them. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. I'm going to stop this video now, and you know, if you have any questions, you can feel free to do it. All right, so later.